Welcome, friends. Sorry about that. Fucking nightmare. I had to shut that one down because someone decided to walk in, even though they knocked first, and I said, no, don't come in. And it was like, no, I'm just going to come in anyway, you know, because I don't give a shit whether you're fucking having any conversation or fucking anything, really, you know. Total nightmare, that. This is what you get for not living in your own house. Absolute shithousery. Anyway, sorry. If you would care to like the stream when you come in, I would be appreciative. If you would like to leave a comment, I would be appreciative. It's the problem with having other people on your fucking stream, innit? Like, you just don't know what they're gonna say. Like, I don't know. I had no idea what she was gonna fucking say or do there. I was like, oh my god, bail, run away, hide. You know what I mean? Scary. But there we are. Yes, if you care to lick the stream, you are very kind and I appreciate it. Apparently this helps. I didn't know this. Ooh, I've got to tell you something. I got one of my live streams taken down today. I was like, oh, got an email and a notification. And yeah, it wasn't great. I was like, why have you done this? And it was something to do with the rules about the virus, the lurgy, the illness. They were like, oh, like we've got to protect people from misinformation. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is not ideal. This is not great. I didn't do this. It's not necessarily that I don't want them to take the video down, which it is, but that's not really the main reason. The main reason is I don't want to have a strike, you know? Like, that's like pain and suffering, that, you know? Yes, the C word. I do talk about my medical ailments a bit when I'm on stream, but I just wasn't expecting that, you know? Excuse me whilst I hydrate, though. They can't stop us from doing that. Imagine if they took one of my videos down because I hydrated too much. I'm like, you're passing off dodgy information about the state of hydration. Oh, that rhymed. Oh my giddy aunt. Oh, good Lord. Oh. So how are we? Nightmare, says Pradeep. Yes, welcome. Hello, Joe again. Hello, Herb. Buy me a coffee, I say. Oh, that's me. Scent of the day, Les Indomitable. Queer Sheen. Queer de Sheen. Queer de Sheen? Yes. Lovely, says Joe. Lick it, I will, says Pradeep. Lick it nice, lick it good. Lick this stream just like you should. There is no escape, says Joe. Yeah. I like that one, Joe, says Herb. Quite an unusual herbal opening. Well, that's funny because today I am wearing Oriental velours. And it's lovely. Finally caught alive, bro. Hey, Fragrance Journey, how are you? Nice to see you. You're not 50 foot in the air, are you? Mark passes, hello people, Bellarm on the way. Not to be confused with Bellamy. Definitely not to be confused with Bellamy, mate. No, why, says Joe. Oh. Yeah, I got a video taken down. Something to do with the C word, like. The audacity, says Aaron. That's right. Benji says, sent to the dish, number 5 EDT, although I appreciate it, I've never liked it, but I sprayed it again at duty free yesterday, and now I'm obsessed. Nice. What is it with them and the C word? I don't know. There is a lot of misinformation out there. I do understand that. And there is. I mean, whether you agree with it, there's so many differing opinions, right, that it's almost like a full circle. It's like a full spectrum. So the truth is somewhere on that spectrum, right? So by the very definition, if everything's not true, then something must be false. So I understand why they're being funky about it and stuff like that. The amount of misinformation that's just floating around there on the internet is just crazy. And I don't recommend it to you. But I'm very interested to know what they consider I've put out as being information like that, you know? So I can, if for no other reason, then I can avoid doing it next time. I don't want strikes on my channel. I'm not trying to be fucking controversial. You may have noticed. I may have some controversial fragrance opinions, but nothing that's going to get us fucking, like, banished from society like a leper. I'm not fucking Cuddles, do you know what I mean? Jesus. Quack Paroli, I have responded to your email. No, I haven't. Sorry, that's a lie. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Fosco and Natalia have responded to your emails. I haven't responded to Paroli. Sorry. I was falling asleep. Oh, mate, it doesn't even say where it was made on the bottle. I've got some in boxes, but they're away at the minute. Like, they're not like to hand. So I can't tell you where it was made. Oh, it's fucking glorious, isn't it? I fucking love that stuff. It's absolutely immense. If that designer never does anything else, all right, he's done that. He's made Gucci built the absolute, and it's fantastic. Like the head designer, the bloke in charge of the house. I beg your pardon. Made myself an appointment at the dentist today. Don't know if I've told you before, but oh, you bastard, you. Chanel number 5. No box, you want it? Good Lord. Eau de Cologne. Hold on, Natalia. I need to just work out how much that is. Zloty. Zloty to pound. So 500 of them should be about 100 quid. Oh, God. Natalia, that's outrageous. Oh, that's outrageous. No. Sorry. I appreciate it, though. But no, I don't want that. That is glorious, though. You left in no doubt. I really appreciate that. See, apparently Ronaldo scored the horrible shit. Anyway, sorry. I'm responding to somebody. There's somebody trying to buy, and to be fair, they've been pretty consistent. They want to give us 385 quid for me bottle of the Moon. And they've said, but they want to buy it through eBay. And I'm like, look, if you buy it off eBay, I'll give you for 385 quid. If you want to buy it on eBay, they've got to pay the proper price. And they're just like, no. So they're trying to have that cake and eat it. And I'm afraid it's not happening. You know? That's the terms. Quack. Hello, Paroli. Hello, mate. Hello, Enrique Vasquez. Sent the day. A girl on Lomidial EDP. I've got that somewhere. We need to speak with codes now. Maxine C29. This is Adam. That's right. Who's combing through your streams to find censorable stuff? I think it's an algorithm, like. Some people just can't handle the C word, says Pi. Hello, hello. I hope you've got a water license there, mate, says Herb. Yes. I'll pay me water rates. My mum was raging the other day. She was like, I got the water bill in. It's gone up £2. I was like, oh, God, no. Not £2. So we've got a smart meter, a water smart meter. I hate them. Apparently they can just get, like, turned off. So I won't have one for the electric. Like, they're dodgy as fuck. They're just so you can be controlled like a little battery hen. Fuck that. Crazy. It's not like it's been literally everywhere. Well, I mean, it's on the rise again soon. Let's test Hitler. No. Shut up, Brodeep. Stop that. Sorry, yep, Curtis Sheen. Scent of the night is Guerlain Royal Extract 2. There is a bottle of that in my local Harrods boutique. Joe says, Herb, I got more of a smoky scent in the opening. Scent of the day, accidentally T-Rex by Zoologist. Accidentally, eh? Good evening, Euro. Good evening, Dusan. Ayo sound, mate, says Adam. Thanks. I'm 99% sure there is 2 formulations. I plan on getting a UK bottle to compare, says Paroli. Just chilling, commiserating with Rich, says Joe. Ugh, hate the dentist. Dentist frag, dent delete. Scent of the evening, Santal du Pacifique. Doesn't do much for me. Joe says, I get the cutest little Fragonard. I got the cutest little Fragonard sample set, but most of the scents are now discontinued. Means I'm going to have to hunt them down if any of them are particularly wow me. My mum's had loads of Avon samples recently. I'm like, what the fuck? Paroli says, if you compare the colour between the UK and Spain version, there seems to be a massive difference. Happy Monday all. Welcome, Anuj. Pradeep was being naughty by using naughty words. Enchanté, enchanté, says Pradeep. Pi is getting ready for work. He'll be back in a few. Okay. Hello, James. Zanya Roman Wood. Would he? Galen is here. Have you tried Royal Tobacco and Silver Rouge from Amouage? No, I haven't. I had to have one tooth done in anesthesia as a kid. I wouldn't let the doc touch it. But you're on fire with these lives, brother, says Ram. Welcome, Ram. How are you? How's the flu treating you? I hope you're feeling better. What's everybody wearing today? I am wearing... What am I wearing today? I just said 2 minutes ago. I just said, what is it? Oriental Velours. Oriental Velour by Les Indomitables. Very nice. Minty spruce. For some reason, it's like it's got this minty bright note, right? But it works in the autumn. You know? Incredibly dry mouth. Good Lord. A 50ml bottle, but I really want to buy Tralala by Penhaligon's. It's discontinued. Me too. Ow. Ooh, ghost, says Natalia. There is no ghost. No ghosts tonight. Apparently it's going to be quite calm for the next few days. Just quiet. Alex Michael's best friend, but we know. I've got an itchy wrist. What is going on? Sprayed on some Bourbon Vetiver from Parfum d'Empire. I really like it. Like, I can see a full bottle of that in my near future. It's beautiful. Sartorial is my next from... Penhaligon's, says Dusan. Prolip says, I am in Fleur Cachet by Anton and Anatole Le Breton. Like a turmeric latte, spiced woody vanilla. Is Bellam worth selling your firstborn for, says Natalia through Galen. Scent of the day, 1740. Histoire de Parfum, says MJ. MJ, that's pervert leather. Hi, Ramsey, what are you wearing today, says Enrique. Joe says, yes, Rich, do you remember how much the Parfum d'Empire sample set was? I think it was about 80 quid. If you can hold off, when I'm finished with it, I'll sort you out. You can fucking have mine. I need to move some of the sample sets on. I'm going to give Carl one or two of the sample sets that I've got that I've finished using. I need to move them on. They're just sitting there. I gave the Eldo one to Richie G. I gave I gave... Well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to give Carl, but I've got a couple of them for him. Don't tell him. He apparently sent me loads of samples. Some fucker signed for them, right? Apparently they were delivered like to like me house or near me house, right? And fucking they've just disappeared. Certainly, I sent us the link to the thing, and some fucker signed for them. Adam D says, it's crazy how the National Grid wanted to trigger power blackout prevention scheme tomorrow evening when the footy's on. No chance. I didn't read about that, but if they tried that when the football's on, there'll be fucking hell on. There'll be riots. That would push like a lot of men over the edge, and quite a few women as well, because the blokes would be in the house raging. I read a statistic the other day that apparently fucking when England lose, incidents of domestic violence go up 30, I think it was about 36%. And when England win, incidents of domestic violence go up 21%. Both of which are disgraceful. Can't imagine what kind of fucking man you call yourself if fucking England lose the foot. I mean, didn't get us right, put us in a fucking foul mood. Nothing affects me mood like fucking the football. But the idea of that happening is just fucking like, there's a lot of people there's a lot of people I say, there's a lot of males who aren't men. You know what I mean? Handle it yourself. Control yourself. Pull yourself together. Grow the fuck up. That's fucking despicable. Oh, thank you, but we'll definitely pay you for it, says Joe. Galen says, I wouldn't know. I still haven't found a woman desperate enough to carry my child. Good Lord. It's that hair, man. It's the wild hair. People are like, goodness me, how can I possibly control this, like, the seed of this man's hair? You know what I mean? Counting cigars, hello. Rien Intense Incense. Ooh, nice. I actually think that's tamer than Rien by itself. I think the Intense Incense behaves itself a lot better. It's still wild, don't get us wrong, but it's not like wild in public, you know? Rien's kind of like someone who like walks down the street doing mad shit, whereas like Intense Incense like joined the army and like killed people covertly. Still wild shit, but like under orders, you know what I mean? Nuclear One says, did you ever get Penhaligon's cedar, and what do you think? You mean Halfeti cedar? No, I never got it. Dry woody ambers put us off. Dry woody ambers put me off. That's why I didn't get it. Smelled it quite a lot with Alan Hansen, but nah. Only our government could think to test it at the time of football. That's because none of them like football. Wankers. Duck full bottle equals full bottle plus backups. That's right. That's crazy, says Anuj. It's disgraceful. The only thing I'm worried about this the vet of a bourbon, right? Because I've decanted a little bit of that bottle into a sprayer, and the only thing I'm worried about is performance. It does not perform at all for me, and I really like it. Vetiver Iris is a fucking beautiful combination. Many people are saying it performs badly. Yeah, that would put us off, I won't lie. It's a beautiful fragrance, but the performance is not great. So that's no good, is it? I mean, how much do they want for it? I posted a short today, and I don't post many shorts. I don't post my shorts. So I hope you have enjoyed it. It's one of my best performing videos. The people are loving it. It's got like 1.3 thousand. It's got 1,300 views on it already, which is insane because it's only been out for like 4 hours. It's called An Announcement. Dusan says, James, Halfeti is their bestseller. Yes, it is. It's lovely. I like the OG Halfeti, says James. Yes. 175 euros for 100 mil. Adam says, Rich is an exceedingly polite gentleman and a great conversationalist. Well, thank you. I'm sure there were people who will disagree. I wasn't always this way. I was an angry young man at one point. I was angrier. Still angry sometimes. Some shit pisses us off, but most people are. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I can't believe believe how thirsty I am. You should use how to pick up a duck clip. Have you seen My Cheese Feet? The seductive video, My Cheese Feet. That's one of my favorite videos on the internet. It's brilliant. Absolutely sensational. Look it up. My Cheese Feet. In fact, I love it so much. Right there. Where are we? I am going to copy the link and I'm going to put it in the chat. Don't leave me though. Like, come back if you do watch it. It's extremely fun. I can't disagree, says Joe. You should use how to pick up a duck. That is a good clip as well. There's a few of them. Adam, it would be great to create a fragrance called Rich Tongue. better than Furry Tongue. Herb, I love the opening of Endymion. Well, it's funny. Every once in a while, I'll get a perfume, right, and I'll just put it next to my bed on my bedside table so I can just smell it, you know? I can just smell it when I want. And I've got next to my bed Endymion concentrate. It's lovely. Endymion cologne is one of the nicest smelling fragrances I've ever smelled. But it lasts for about 10, 15, 20 minutes, if you're lucky. The cologne concentrate, you will get a lot longer out of, a good few hours, 5 hours, 4 hours. But it loses some of that magic. It does. And I've been trying, because I got this, you know, every once in a while, Penhaligon's do their return sale where they've got like no box for a perfume. They always make shit look nice. And they sell candles, and I bought 3 candles off them for like 55 quid. And the candles are like, it's more than that for one of them when they're like in the full presentation. And the candles are beautiful. They're really soft, but nice and full. And they're very nice, the candles. I highly recommend them if you're into a candle. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yes, I got this in one of those sales, an unboxed one. I got it for less than half price. I got it for like a third of the price. It was like 60 quid. And it's about 150. So it was about, you know, it was a good deal. Bought it. And it's nice, but it's very... I don't know, I just can't figure it out. You know? Which I suppose is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And I do like it. But I want to know what's going on. What's going on? What is going on? Oh. What? Excuse me. Derby Duck. Do you prefer male or female mallards from a purely aesthetic point of view, says Herb? Probably the male. Richie listening to people demanding a perfume release. Oh, God. I'm not putting any money into it. Jesus. Somebody wants to pay for it, but it'll cost you. Excuse me. Christ, Hindustan music racist, says Roddy. What are you talking about? I thought the short you put out was you announcing you're building a new house to store all your fragrances and backups, says Nuclear. No. I made the mistake of clicking on the link to the duck video and booted myself out. Grr. For the first time, my mother likes my current fragrance, Sundowner, says Dusan. She's not like your fragrances usually. Poor you. That's unusual. I don't usually ask my mum if she likes the she likes me fragrances. You know? I'm not really bothered if I'm perfectly honest. I still wear them. I don't know. How was everybody's Monday? Had my injection earlier. That was fun. So I should be feeling lively tomorrow. And what could be any better than feeling lively? You know? For me, someone who does not feel lively very often. Oh, I'm going to try and get back into gaming, I think. Sorry to bore you with this shit, like, but, excuse me whilst I itch. Itch Mitch. Yeah, I'm going to try and get back into gaming. I need to start doing some shit, like, I've basically been on my fucking arse for, like, years now. It can't be good, you know? It can't be good. But here we are with me lying on my arse. I'm still here, so that's a good sign. Not being here would not be a good sign, would it? Oh my god. Oh, that's not good, is it? You bastard. Sorry, I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. I'm not paying attention to the chat. Someone is saying the duck video might actually trigger some PC Indians, says Pradi. What for? I don't understand. However, your duck video then did a follow-up with a marathon running duck, which was different. Yes. Get Christopher Sheldrake to make the first duck fragrance. Yes, I would if I could. But I don't know that I can. You know? I don't know that he would. He works for Chanel, and Chanel, everybody for Chanel's in-house. I think he's got an agreement with Serge Lutton to go make some fragrances for him. From my understanding, he has. But I don't know that he can go out and just do, like, you know, if I was to, like, start Duck Enterprises or something like that. The Parfumerie Canard. Get Christopher Sheldrake to make it. Not bad. Got my car back late this afternoon. We'll take it out tomorrow to check they fixed it. Says Joe, I wish I could get my car back. Not that I'm in a hurry to spend that money, like, but fucking hell. I've been without my car for nearly 2 weeks now, man. It's fucking ridiculous. What's it doing in the garage for 2 weeks? I've been renting a car off them as well. 18 quid a day. Fucking nightmare, that. The duck video might actually trigger some PC Indians. Oh. Why? What game, says Natalia? Red Dead Redemption. Pi says, I am my own worst enemy. We all do. We are all our own worst enemies, aren't we? You can do live streams with us on your headphones. The thing is I would have like my attention split. And I wouldn't be able to pay attention to the chat like I do now. Just doing like gaming stuff. I don't know that I would do that. I'd probably start a different channel if I was going to do something like that. But I don't know how fun it would be for people. I know a lot of people do it, and the gaming space is huge. Dwarfs this community. And I mean, it's shocking how different it is and how much bigger it is. The fragrance community is tiny. We think big channels are people with like 50,000 subscribers, 100,000. There's about 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. And then Jeremy's the only one who's got over 1 million, and he's barely a fragrance channel now anyway. So the fragrance community is tiny. Considering almost everybody wears a fragrance at some point, you know, and not everybody games. It's just the people who are into gaming are really into gaming, you know. I do follow someone called Penguins Zero. Penguin with a Z at the end. So Penguins and then zero on the end of that. He's really good. He does lots of different videos about different things. He's an interesting kid. But he makes fucking millions. He's a millionaire, like self-made millionaire through gaming channels and stuff. You know? It's crazy. Crazy. Good for him, though, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking fair play to him. He's done it all by himself, and he's done it since he was a kid. So, I'm fucking extremely happy for him. This is one of the things the internet's opened up new possibilities for people, but it's still maturing, you know? The fragrance community I don't think will ever be that big. Can you hear that? That's me headboard. Like it fucking sounds like a mouse. If I had a cat, it would be attacking my headboard now. But I don't. I'm an uncle to a cat. I'm an uncle to a few cats. But I am not a cat parent. You seem to be in contemplative mood, Rich, says Joe. Yeah, I'm having a bit think about stuff. All of my money has gone, says Rabbit. Oh. Well, if I find it, I'll let you know, mate. Like Jon Snow, he walks around with his doggo. He does. Would love to visit India. I'm half Indian, but have never been, says Herb. Life of American Pie, you are masochistic. You should wear HP. Histoires de Parfum 1740 then. Get a job at the post office, cut down on delivery time, says Bob. I'd be on strike most of the time, mate. You know what I mean? Wanting better pay and conditions. Kidnap him, chuck him in a well and throw raw materials down. You'll get Feeling Agil out. Do you know Christopher Sheldrake is English? He's fully English, but he fucking speaks with a French accent because he's obviously lived in France for like 30 years. He wanted to be an architect. So he always had that mind for building and making and designing and thinking and planning, you know. And then he went to Grasse to work on his French and fell in love with the perfume industry and decided that's what he's going to do instead. The music duck, it's traditional North Indian music. Some PC might get triggered. Oh dear. Well, fucking, they'll just have to get triggered and fucking howl into the wind. They do not have the parts, says Bob. Rich, I sympathize. I've been without my car for a month. Good Lord! How come you've been out without your car for a month? What the hell was wrong with it? Do you play on Twitch? No, Joe, I don't play on Twitch. I'm not sure how Twitch works. Apparently, Twitch is taking 50% of people's fucking chats, you know, like super chats and that. There's like a super chat thing on Twitch, and apparently they take 50%, whereas YouTube only takes 30%. That's why I use well, it's not why I use Coffee. I use Coffee because I haven't got the channel monetized. And to be honest with you, I'm not really asked about getting the channel monetized. Adverts do my fucking head in. There's more reasons not to monetize it than to monetize it, you know? There's no intrusive ads. You can donate if you want to. You're not forced to through the fucking watching of adverts. The Coffee thing, you can donate what you want. I think there's like a minimum of like a $5, it seems. But it's like nobody has to if they don't want to. You know? So, and then obviously Coffee doesn't take as much of the it doesn't take as much of a percentage either. You couldn't not have a car here in California, says Antonio. Well, it's the sort of similar where I live, because I live like, I don't live in the wilderness, but I live away from things. And plus, obviously, with me back and me hip, like, I live on top of a hill, so I can't just get the public transport. You know what I mean? I'd be fucked without my car. I'd be like fucking housebound without my car. You know? Antonio Hobson, it is the same in Zermatt. Galen says, I'm starting a new YouTube channel that's just me playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Fucking what a cartoon that was, by the way. Being without a car is very limiting where I am, but I can imagine it would be a nightmare in the US. Yeah, you need a helicopter or a fucking airplane in the US. It's a continent, man. Today, personally, has had to apologize for Marc-Antoine Barrois wearing a leather jacket, for fuck's sake. Oh, bollocks. He shouldn't have done that. I mean, he does what he wants on his own channel. I've said that, and that's not what I mean. It's his channel. He can say and do what he likes, but I wouldn't have apologized for somebody wearing a leather jacket. Fucking, if they want to apologize for wearing a leather jacket, fair enough. I didn't watch that interview, actually. I fell asleep. Had some oil and fell asleep. It was very nice. Yes, it would. New bed needed. Memory foam mattress, says Herb. I need a new bed. I'm going to save up for one. If my car wasn't in the in the garage, I might get a new bed, actually. Pi says, oh, Joe says, I'd love a cat. Yeah, I like a cat, but my mum won't have one. Like, cats hate all my fragrances apart from Salome or MKK. They probably identify with MKK. The fragrance community itself is actually getting smaller, says Pi, and smaller every day. Tons of groups are falling off and channels. Well, that's because they're not massive fans of perfume. A lot of people, there is quite a transitory population in fragrance. There are certain groups who are committed, fully committed. Excuse me, I'll start hydrate. There are certain people who are like committed, you know, like Sebastian, Eugene. I was going to say Robes there, but he hasn't made a video for years. He still posts a lot. I see when I go on, excuse me, when I go on Fragrantica, I see pictures of Robes popping up everywhere in like recent pictures. He's just not making videos, which is a shame because I do miss Robes' content. Robes was like my gateway. I don't know if when he comes back, I don't know if he's going to be the same or different. Pardon me. Whether I'm still going to want to watch him, you know. I enjoy smaller channels now because the big ones are very formulaic, you know. Very formulaic. They know what works and they're more interested in views. frankly, which is a shame. But it's getting more it's getting more disparate. It's getting further apart. You know, like galaxies in the universe are spreading apart from each other in relation to each other. That's kind of what it feels like in the fragrance community. We're all branching off. There are little filaments that connect certain people, like neurons, you know? All neurons are connected, but they're not all connected to each other. That's kind of how it feels. It feels everyone in the fragrance community is connected, but they're not connected to each other. Good evening, Jonathan. It's really interesting about Sheldrake, says Joe. Johnny, what's your scent of the night? Because their dealer was being an arse, says Joe. Whose dealer? What's this about dealers being an arse? Two from Tennessee in chat. Anyone beat that? I don't know. If Richie G was here, then me and him would be from the same sort of place-ish. Scent of the day, Je le mad amour. Our palazzo, says Antonio. I prefer your way of donating. £3, says Joe. Ah. $19.99 Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme Spray, says Rabbit. Have you spent all your money on that, mate? You silly sausage. What you like? Steph says, what's up, Duck? Favourite drink beverage? Water, probably. Tea? Wait, why would you apologise for that, says Herb? I've got no idea. Maybe he just thought there was some vegans in there. You know what vegans are like. It's the first thing they say when they pop up. Sorry if you're a vegan and this isn't how you behave, but it's a funny stereotype that when someone is a vegan, the first thing that they will say when they enter a room is, hello, I'm a vegan. And it's like, whoa. Like I care. Why would he care about what he wears? I'm here for the perfume, says Antonio. Some people aren't. Some people are just professional offenders or professionally offended. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, like I'm sick of being told what I have to say. No, you should be conscious of like not wanting to antagonize people just for the sake of you wanting to put out what you want to vent. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be like, you have no right to just dump on people, you know? That said, if somebody's being a dick and you want to fucking, you know, if like somebody comes up to you and they're like a vegan and they're like, oh, your leather jacket offends us, I'd just be like, oh, touch it. You know what I mean? Chase them down the street. Yeah? But I wouldn't go out I wouldn't wear me jacket thinking to myself, I'm going to piss some vegans off with this. Just stop being so unreasonable. It was a very handsome jacket that Marc Antoine wore. Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, it was. It was very nice. He probably made it himself, you know? They never said how much the shirt was, says DJ. No, DJ didn't, but I suspect it would be ridiculous money. No, he probably would, yeah. Rob says he has plans for a couple of videos. I mean, fucking hell. It's been a while, Robes. Mark, make some videos, for God's sake, man. I think over time I would like my collection to shrink down to true loves only, really, says Herb. Yeah, I like having a wide variety of fragrances. Like last week I wore mostly ambers, and I can do that because I've got a wide diaspora of fucking fragrances. I have a lot of different fragrances to wear. This week I could wear all vetivers if I wanted to. This week I could do another amber week, but with completely different ambers to the ones I wore last week. You know? I have that. That's the real joy of having a collection, a big collection, is that you can choose anything on any given day and you have a wide variety of stuff. It's people who collect 40 different types of blue fragrance or 40 different blue fragrances. That's when that's when collections are poor. If you don't have a wide breadth, I don't mind owning fragrances that I like less than other fragrances, because you never know when they're going to jostle for position, when they're going to move around, when they're going to do different things, you know? Excuse me whilst I dehydrate. I want the bathroom. I am so dry. I've got no idea why either. Myself is dry. Excuse me. I'll be back. Oh. I see Richie G's turned up. Streaming when the World Cup is on. That's right, I am a mentalist. I'm a man. I'm a loose cannon. Some men just want to watch the world stream. And that is me. I'm one of them. Today, I made an appointment at the dentist because I've chipped a tooth. I actually chipped it a few months ago. But I figured out it's actually cutting into me cheek. It's not great. It's not great. I'm going to end up with a leathery cheek. High class entertainment, this, like, I'm gripped. Shut up. You're an evil man. Rich, do you know what Marquis of Queensborough rules are? Do they apply to Fragcom, you think? The Marquis of Queensborough rules are a set of rules for the boxing, aren't they? Good night, Natalia. Is that how our relationship is becoming, Rich? You feel like we aren't connecting and moving further apart? Well, not with you particularly, Pi. I feel like we're getting closer together. You know how, like, the Andromeda Galaxy and the Milky Way are, like, going to merge, but, like, the rest of the galaxies in the universe are all moving away from each other. We're part of the local group, mate. You know, we're getting closer. We're attracted by the sheer gravity that we share. You know, big men. I did a massive offload, says DJ. Oh, well, I'm glad. I'm glad to hear it. Sticking to select houses and stuff I sampled that meet my standards. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, you know, like with the whole first impressions and sample series and stuff like that. This is my way of buying fragrances now, you know, extensive sampling, and I've integrated it into the channel. Extensive sampling. It's how I decide to buy for it. It's not a perfect thing. I'm not saying this is how anybody else should do it. This is how I do it. I buy a sample set, I test them on paper. The ones that impress us on paper, I try them on skin. If anybody comes along and says you didn't try this on skin, but you should because it's completely different, or it's much better, or please just try it because it's one of my favorites, I'll do that, you know. But from the sample set I got from Parfum d'Empire, I'm going to be trying 8 on skin. That's a lot. That's 2 videos, that. Because you can't try fucking more than 4 on skin at once, surely. Really, should you be trying 4 on skin? Ooh. Oh my God. The water's, I think the water's making us more thirsty. I've noticed personally, he tries hard to be PC sometimes, says Prodigy. I think he wants to stay out of controversial topics because he just wants to concentrate on the perfumes and perfume opinion and stuff, you know? Some people are risk averse. And while he might sit, you know, in private, he might sit and say like some outrageous shit about some stuff that he doesn't. He might tell you what he thinks about politics or fashion or the way the world is. I think with Persiles, he's quite. I think he understands how easy it is, how we all have to like walk on eggshells. You've got to remember as well. I think he's a teacher in real life. You know. So he's obviously not going to want to shit on his career, and the amount of people who have lost their careers for fucking lapses of fucking judgment or just like things that they've said as if they were talking to their friends within 4 walls, but they're not. They're talking to the entire world. You know what I mean? This is something we've got to wrap our heads around as a society. You know, when you're talking on the internet, yes, it's me and you. Like, I'm talking to you, you're listening to me, but like, there are 35 other people in here at the minute, right? And not everybody's talking to each other. It could be anybody listening in, anybody. And then the thing is, as well as that it's recorded, anybody could listen again in the future, you know? And it could be somebody who doesn't know you. It could be somebody who take it completely out of context. In the best of intentions, you know, they might not have like malign intentions. They could just be like, this is an outrageous thing to say. Like, when you don't know us, when you don't know me, I could say something, you'd be like, that's a disgusting thing to say, you know? So it's you just got to be careful what you say online. I think some people think that they should be allowed to say whatever they want, which isn't true. You can't just go around saying whatever you want. You know, people mistake being able to be a bastard with free speech, right? Look at Alex Jones and what he did to them parents. If I was one of them parents, I'd have fucking shot him myself. Seriously. That's an outrageous thing to say. I might actually have to take the stream down for saying that, but that would have been my initial reaction. If I was one of them parents, I'd have gone for him. The fucking bastard. All right. Now, the government couldn't go for him because he's got freedom of speech. So the police couldn't go and arrest him for something he said because that's the law. All right. The parents could go after him, though. Civilly. Morally. Just absolute bollocks. I used to be a vegan, but never judged others as it was my choice. Mind you, after 4 years, I threw myself off that bandwagon. It's unhealthy. What grinds my gears as a fragrance user was wanting to get stuff that people will hoard and never use there until their body rots. Yeah. It was actually a shirt of lamb leather and silk. The subtle flex of that shirt was impressive, says Shiva. That is quite impressive. 18 quid a day. That is a bottle of perfume after a couple of weeks, says Ramsey. Yeah, it's appalling, isn't it? I agree, JJ. I have a fountain pen collection too. Ooh, and I use the vintage ones I've got, even if they're not too easy to come by, says Joe. That's canny. A fountain pen collection. You have like a quill. Streaming when the World Cup was on, you're a mentalist, says Richie G. And this is high class entertainment. That must have been when I was in the bathroom, huh? Ramsey, do you like Dries Van Noten? The Dries Van Noten, actual Dries Van Noten house, the house of Dries Van Noten, shit. It's absolutely shit. But Dries Van Noten for Frederick Moore, that's also shit as well, actually, now I mention it. Ouch, Rich, says Joe. Howdy. Tip. Rest in peace, says DJ. Better Duncan than Genghis Khan. Hello, Eugene. I tend to just go straight on skin. It's double-edged sword, though, says Joe. Yeah, there's so many. Richie G, welcome. Salutations. Richie G's agreed to come on the stream one day. Well, he hasn't, but he's going to. Can you talk about some fragrances that you have, but you never wear? I've got Parfum de Hermes. I've been looking at it. The House of Matriarchs that I bought, like, I need to start wearing them more. I at least like all the perfumes I own. I've got Habit Rouge dress code by Guerlain that I'm dying to sell. I'm never going to wear that. If there's someone in England there's someone in Britain who wants to buy it, please let us know and I'll sort you out. But I like there's not many fragrances that I've got that I won't or don't wear, you know. Yes, Persolaze is a teacher, says Joe. Yeah, so he's not gonna say anything outrageous because that would be very easy. I imagine it's very easy to lose your job as a teacher. Persolaze is super vanilla and very buddy with industry. Doesn't want to lose the golden eggs. I understand what you're getting at, and yes, he does take stuff for free, but he's not as egregious. It's not as, in defense of Persolaze, he doesn't pump stuff out. Like, he's not a shill as much as he is getting stuff for free to review it. I just think he's got a way with words. He used to be a journalist, didn't he? And now I think he's an English teacher. So he's got a way with words where he can sort of finesse meaning out of something. You've just got to know what to look for. I'm not trying to take away from your point because I do know what you're saying. That's the problem with taking stuff for free. You will always leave yourself up, whether you like it or not, you will always leave yourself open to accusations. I've just seen Richie J's comment. You'll always leave yourself open to accusations of being a shill or being like pally with the industry, like you say, and people not being able to believe what you say because you got free bottles for review. That is why I don't take them. And also, I think there's a greater point as well is that if you can afford to give free bottles away, why don't you give them away to the viewers as well? And the reason that you don't give them away for free to the viewers is because it's a marketing tool. That's what these people are. They're not reviewers. They're fucking presenters. That said, I don't know if I consider myself a reviewer. I don't think I do. I'm a consumer. That's what I feel like. That's how I'm more, because I was a commenter, I was a consumer of content, and then I was a commenter for ages. I kind of just feel like I'm a commentator rather than a reviewer. You know, I've got strident opinions about certain fragrances, but I wouldn't say I was an expert. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sit here and like give you some kind of fucking crazy insight into life and, well, and like the way you should live and fucking how fragrances are like this, that, and the other, and are representative of social fucking trends. I can sort of opine on it, but I'm not necessarily going to sit there and tell you I'm an expert. I'm not going to set myself up as one either. That way ruin lies, I tell you. I can talk plenty about fragrances he had and didn't wear, says Richie G. Yes, because I fobbed them off onto you, mate. Giving Richie G fucking loads of perfumes that I didn't want anymore. He's like, oh, I'm not going to wear this. It's too nice to wear at work. I'm like, fucking get it on. Wear it hard. I like crass, says DJ. Yeah, I like someone who can be a little bit rough as well. There are, like, I hate to go back to Redolescence as well, because I feel like I've overused them as like a fucking, not a whipping boy, but, you know, like a pinata and that, like, fucking just like sitting bashing them all the time. But like, he's too polished, too smooth, too slick, too sweet to be sincere. He's a presenter now. He's an infomercial. Like, that's what his channel is now. He's more of a professor than a teacher, says Eugene. Any reviewer has been cancelled? Don't think so. DJ says, people go around thinking Uncut Gem and Lele on a perfume. Duncan says, Alex Jones was taken out of context. Rich, no, he wasn't. Alex Jones was not right. Not about that. Not about them kiddies. He wasn't. Some pretty despicable shit that he said. It is unhealthy, Rich. You need vitamin B12, which you can't get from plant-based food. Yes. My mum has to go for an injection of that. I do, yes. I do have a quill, says Joe. Outrageous. I believe goose quill, but they're a pain to write with. Yeah. Dusan says, music for a while is very sweet to me. It's been taken off the shelves, you know. Money Burner, welcome. I'm listening and recording all of you. Oh no. Especially you, Rich Mitch. I'm coming for you. Dun, dun, dun. Scary. How are you, Kevin? I've got an extremely dry mouth. Take care. Take care. Why don't you like dress code, says Pawn to Bone. There's a dark woody amber in there, dry woody amber. Gives it amazing performance, but I really don't like dry woody ambers when they're just naked dry woody ambers. You know? There's a few fragrances with like the woody ambers in that are quite nice. And I've smelled them and I've thought they're really well done, really, really nice fragrances. And then there are other ones where they are just left on their own to just sail off into the sunset at the end of a perfume. You know, you get the top for about the first half hour. You get the mid for the first hour and a half. And then for the next 12 hours, it's just one material, one note, one fucking droning fucking noise, and it smells like white noise. It smells like brown noise. It just goes on for ages, and it's awful, and I really don't like it. Oh, I'm pretty sure this water's making me more thirsty, you know. I've done fucking loads. Take care, Money Burner. The guillotine is a head turner. Eugene really likes Frederick Moore's Dries Van Noten. I've got a little 10mm bottle of it. Like Bry was telling us the other day, somebody's selling 10mm of Dries Van Noten for $250 on American eBay or American Etsy. It was something, and I was like, what? That's insane. One of my next purchases, if I ever actually manage to come across a bottle that I can get, is going to be Guerlain's Quai de Russie. It is fucking fabulous. My only regret is that it's too expensive. Aloha, says Dusan. Wonder how Tara is able to keep her teaching job after that TikTok video. Good Lord. I don't know if I've seen it. Is that the one where she's in her pajamas? Dries Van Noten is a bowl of comfort, says Pradeep. It's a bowl of fucking baby sick. I know what you mean, to loop your words to avoid actually saying anything negative. I notice all the time, says DJ. It does happen. Hush, Galen. Anoush. Money Burner says, if any big or small perfume houses are listening, I will give your fragrances an excellent review. I will shill for $100 per video. Is that $100 American or $100 Canadian, Kevin? It's a big difference. The only strikes you want should be in the bowling alley, Rich, says Adam. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not about spreading fucking medical advice, you know? Like positive or negative towards like the injections and the C word. Like, you do what you have to do. It's your body. I did what I did for me, and I had 4, you know? They have offered us a 5th, and I just won't be having it. I don't want to. I've had 4. If you're not projected after 4, you never will be. No point in having 5. I'll speak to me GP about it, and I'll explain that to him. And if he doesn't come back at us with a good enough argument as to why I should have a 5th, I'm not going to fucking have it. But at the same time, right, if he does come back at us with a good enough argument why I should have a 5th, I might very well have one. I don't know. It's just my immediate sort of thing is, do I really need to have another one? Kevin says, please contact me at Moneyburner on YouTube. I will shill whatever horse shit you send me. No problem. $100. Ah. And then he says, what's up, Anoush? Yes, Anoush. What's up? Need anything shilling? Oh. Kevin's not got the, like, tragically hasn't got enough subscribers for the whatchamacallits to send him shit. Hasn't got enough subscribers for the houses to send them free bottles of shit. This fragrance takes me back to the time when the universe was born, says Pradeep. Yes. Galen says he's not important enough to get a microfiber cloth. Poor Galen. Stream down in 3, 2, 1. Eugene says, personally, this can be critical when needed. However, he has the ability to express criticism with respect. He's very well spoken. He's a lot more sophisticated than I am. He's different. That's one of the reasons I like watching him, you know? He's very well spoken. He's like more of I think he's adaptable as well, you know. He's intelligent and sophisticated. Sophisticated's probably the way I would put it. Yeah, I like Persolaise. But I do understand he's not blunt, you know. Sometimes you just want to hear someone say, fuck this. And that's just not in his nature at all, you know. as much as it is in my nature to say fuck this. You'd be very surprised to hear me say some of the stuff that he would say. Do you know what I mean? But this is, like I say, it's one of the reasons I like him, is because he says things that I couldn't or wouldn't say. And he puts things, and it sort of broadens your horizons to listen to people that you don't necessarily agree with, unless they say some outrageous shit, which he doesn't. Antonio says, out of context, you have kids. If so, what if it was one of those kids was yours? Yeah, fucking Alex Jones, just fucking... The thing is, right, you play devil's advocate for a minute, right? Even if Alex Jones had been right about something, right, he's completely shat the bed with some of the other stuff that he's said. You know? And he's relied on the fact that the law can't cut. This is what a lot of people don't realize. Like, a lot of people know, they do realize it, but they just don't care. Is that you can have free speech, but nobody's going to listen to you if you talk bollocks. People say because they get blocked off Twitter and fucking Facebook and YouTube because they've said some fucking outrageous crap, that these companies can't ban them. They're not killing free speech. They're just like blocking you because their advertisers don't want to be associated with people who say such mad bollocks. You know? If you had a mate who came out with shit that you didn't agree with all the time, you wouldn't be fucking mates with them. You know? When I say like you didn't agree with, I mean like on like a moral sort of like level, you know? Waiting for some bastard selling me a vintage Iris Silver Mist. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a vintage Iris Silver Mist. I wouldn't care. I used to see them all the fucking time. They're not even available on the Serge Luton website. I went on, I thought, you know what it is? I might just get a bottle in the bell jar. I might just get a bottle in the bell jar because, fuck knows when you're going to be able to find it again, and you just can't find it. It's gone. Vamos. Is it really discontinued, DJ? Is it fully gone? I'll have a look. It'll be on Etsy for something outrageous like £1,000, because that's just what Etsy do, they're bastards. It's on Etsy for £1,360 and 93 pence. Stuff fucking hooligans. Do you know what it is? Even if that's a joke, I could still fully believe it. Where am I? Unspecified virus of unknown origin. The Chinese are kicking off as well. I don't really want to get into politics and all that kind of crap because it drives you apart. You know what I mean? It makes everybody like angry at each other, and everybody wants to start fucking arguing, and people walk off in a huff. When I don't want to be come by or fucking all of that, but like fragrances bring a lot of disparate like people in from all over, different sort of, and they all come in because they like fragrances. I'm not being come by because that shit drives us up the wall as well. Oh, I've got the driest mouth in the history. It was a sound. Oh. I'm having number 4 tomorrow, says Joe. Number 4 what? Alex Jones was right. Tip jar overfloweth this past year, heavier than 5 Derby Eagles. Etsy Gooners. It's on Etsy for £1,360. It's pain and suffering. Duncan says, Antonio, I don't have kids. Tell me what Alex said. Didn't he say that it was fucking a fake and that it was a hoax and that the kids were never killed and the parents were like acting? And that's what they sued him for. Watch mainstream media, believe what you like, says Duncan. Send Reaper just simply posts duck. I like that. A few days ago, I wore 4 fragrances on my neck. That was a full HD niche bouquet. Jesus. Eugene is Dries Van Noten worth $375, says Dusan. 375 what? American or Canadian, Eugene? I don't like the sound of 4 fragrances on your neck. Yikes. Any other YouTube characters have a Derby Eagle? I think Dimitri from Dimitri Sorcery of Scent. He's got one. He's got a few. Ramsey hasn't got an eagle, but he has got a 90s bottle. Dusan, considering it's discontinued, the prices have soared and it retailed for about that much. Is it sealed, Eugene? Is it sealed? That's it, Rich, says Antonio. That's what he got sued for. Anyway. Scalper's getting ready to test the water with music for a while next, says Pradeep. Yeah, the dirty little bastards. Quickly buy that shit before anybody fucking strikes next. Fosco says there's no sense in arguing faith-based things. If someone at this point still listens to that, no logic will change their mind. Well, that's life. You could say that about religion, to be fair. Yeah, faith-based things, yeah. Depends. It's all about trust, isn't it? Trust's a funny thing. Any skin irritation with fragrances in your collection, Mitch? I've got a vintage quorum. And a vintage quorum, and itch. The itch was a big itch. If you're getting scalped for music for a while, you deserve it if it were to be discontinued. Plenty of time too, but why only care when it's gone, says DJ. That's not a bad shout. It's the same thing with art, like an artist's, like you find artists' work goes up in price when they die. Why? Was it not as good when they were alive? It's because then it becomes a finite resource, you know? And when something's a finite resource, the price goes through the fucking roof. Product you can find in Serbia for €200, says Dusan. Is it still available there, says Prodi. Rich, what's your favourite Dior Privé? Ooh. Either Leather Oud or Bois d'Argent. I might wear Bois d'Argent this week as well. Sam River says, well, Gucci Pour Homme yesterday, slowly becoming one of my favourites with each wear. Gucci Pour Homme? Which one? It's as much a ginger fragrance as it is a cedar fragrance. Rich, Opium, 1977, Yves Saint Laurent for women. How does it smell? It is rich, it is narcotic, it is resiny, it's myrrh, it's fruity, dark fruits, it's floral. It's very narcotic, which I've already said. very deep, very thick, you know? Religions are a lie, says Dushan. Personally, I tend to agree, but a lot of people, if people want to fucking, I think if human history can tell anything, is if you try and take people's religions away from them, they will not, up with that, they will not put. Saint Reaper, I love that stuff, says James. Saint Reaper replies, yes, James, it's so good. Bought myself 100ml backup. DJ says, a package on the way to me via Canada Post has been in transit for a week. Is this normal? Yes. Yes, it is. Don't worry. Absolutely, that is normal. Yeah. Adam says, cheers, I'm going to get it. YSL opium. You can still get vintage versions, to be fair. And they really are much better, the vintage versions of opium. Opium's one of those fragrances that's been around. It's 45 years old now. And they've been around for so long that they're very, it's like that feedback loop sort of analogy I made. Each reformulation takes it exponentially further away from what the original perfumer and the original smell was like, so that it doesn't really represent very well. It doesn't represent very well the original fragrance. So bear that in mind when you are looking to buy it. Product says, I am considering Papyrus Oud 71. Good, but there's hints of that oud in the background. Oh no. Dry woody ambers. Wearing bipolar as today. I don't know what that is. If you understand evolution, you don't need religion. If you're a good person, you also don't need religion. Human moral behavior is much older than any religion, says Dusan. Trusted tracked packet, says DJ. I am aiming for a vintage. Never smelled it before, says Adam. It's lovely. The approximate delivery standard for tracked package is about 10 to 12 business days. Okay, says DJ. YSL was the jam back then. If I were a gal in the 80s, my signature for sure. Ouch. Coco. I'll keep an eye out. First time dealing with Canada shipping. November, December shipping. There will also be delays. The busy season, says Anuj. Yes. Me and Anuj have experienced all sorts with shipping from the UK to Canada. We've been through all sorts, haven't we? Jesus. I've got a dry mouth. Sorry to keep going on about my dry mouth, but it's actually quite outrageous how dry the mouth is. I haven't even had the gabapentin yet, which I'm going to take in a minute. fucking somebody's trying to buy my fucking bottle of the moon and they're just acting funny cunts. It's proper weird. Sender's offers for 385 and the least I've got is 400 quid. I'm not fucking... You're taking the piss, so a fucking 15 quid, man. Just pay it. You pissed us off now, so... I'm not unreasonable, but you're asking for fucking more than what I'm willing to accept off it. I need to get my bottle of paracetamol from downstairs. Oh dear. First time the line came out, everyone said they were shit, says DJ. What we're talking about? Anyone else familiar with Sycamore EDT versus the EDP? Many people who I respect says they're massively different. They are. Hey, Fosco, I emailed you back, mate. Oh, Monsieur L'Envant. I've got that. Any thoughts on Versace L'Homme? I really like the vintage perfumery formulation. I sold mine. Right then, lovely people, I'm off. Have a fab rest of your day and night. See you later, Joe. Pradeep says, have you tried Sleek Suede from YSL? No. I might be looking for Agner Explosion. John 1970 says it's great. The first time the line came out, everyone said they were shit. Agner hasn't let me down yet, says you, Duncan. You're a big fan. I got an older Santa Majuscule, really, and it's fantastic. Smells like a dry brownie with a jammy rose. Ah, it's fabulous. Till they switched them to EDP, then they became the best thing ever, says DJ. Brioche is already online for over retail, of course, says Pradeep. Do you think that vintage Pure Havana is better than Naxos? I think they're both pretty bad. I was never a massive fan of Pure Havana. It was probably my least favourite one. From work, says Michael John. Never had brioche, says Bob. Excuse me. Help me decide, give business to a house in high tier or give business to a house that I give high props to but don't own anything from yet. Help me decide. I would go for the first one. A house you know what you're going to get, you're going to spend your money. Any Black Friday purchases, Duck? No. The Diabetic Sweet Honey Tobacco's not a fan. Rich, you will sell your bottle of vintage Pure Havana to me, says Dusan. I've got 2. The Diabetic Sweet Honey Tobacco's not a fan, says DJ. No, I'm not a fan either. Santal Majuscule and Jeu de Peau share a similar sandalwood base, says Fosco. I don't have Jeu de Peau, and it's a massive regret. I wish I did. Knopf smell like bread. So strange. Like, not just bread, but like bread that's being cooked. You know when bread's like in the middle of being cooked and it's still slightly sweet. It's got that kind of milky sweetness. Je de peau. It's an interesting one. Je de peau. Smells like $1 million loaf, mate. That warm, buttery bread. Yeah. It's milky. Lactonic. Excellent scent, says DJ. Very interesting. YouTube. Iris Silver Mist is not available on Fragrantica, like at all. Yikes. There's a bell jar for 500 on base notes. Well, I can keep it for 500. Jesus. If anyone has a Shergy cook. Excellent scent. I usually don't like gourmands, but Je de Peau is great. Get Roger, sweetie, you duck. Smells like croissant cooked. Nope. TJ, you don't like Black Phantom by Killian? I think that's all right. It's probably one of the better fragrances from the house, like. Top 3 wish list duck? Fuck knows. Struggling to find shit to buy. Probably Guerlain's Cuir de Russy's up there, like. Not a fan of most overtly sweet scents. I'd probably say Iris Silver Mist is up there as well. Very few expectations, says DJ. Thoughts on Mortal Skin by SHL. Who's SHL again? Stefan Humbert Luca. Not sure I want to smell any of those, to be honest with you. Not sure I'm interested in them. There's a guy called Rampton Vedati, R Vedati, RM Vedati on YouTube. He posts a lot about Stefan Humbert Lucas. It's not for me. Fosco says, get a bottle of Azamol. Very orangey. A very orange citrus. Very nice, but I don't think I'll be getting a bottle of it. Product says, I predicted you will target Guerlain Cuir de Russy. It's fantastic. Mortal Skim has that interesting ink note. Ink. Good ink. I've got sore teeth. It's no wonder I'm going to see the dentist. If Lucas sold out, we're in big trouble, says Bob. Have you tried Florist Leather Oud? It's pretty good, like a brighter take on the Dior. I have, and it is. It's pretty nice, actually. I worry that there's an amber wood in it. I smelled it, and I was like, this is really nice. And then I smelled something in it, and I was like, oh, I don't want this to go on skin because it's going to be with us for fucking days. If Lucas sold out, we're in big trouble. Have you smelt the new stuff? What, from Stefan Humbert Luca? No. And the endless freebies to talentless Insta influencers? Yeah. It's, yeah. Bollocks to that. I can't be bothered with it. I'll just find shit out for myself, thank you. Seen how many people were rushing to buy a bottle of Oud Infinite for fucking investment purposes. Bellends. I hope that Fragrance Journey got one or two though, I must admit, because I know he loves it. So I hope he manages to get a bottle and not get ripped off. I'm going to go and dehydrate. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back, friends. Fear not. Look at the fucking state of that door. Fucking somebody stood on a mouse. Oh my god. That blow me nose like fuck. I am back, friends. Oh. I beg your pardon. Oh, stupid headboard sounds like a mouse. Sounds like a mouse. There's that cough. I went and seen one of my friends earlier, and she was, oh, that's fucking hell, that's me. Shut up. I see one of my friends earlier, and she was like, she just like stood at the car door, and I was like, what are you doing? She was like, oh, like I've got an absolute shocking cough and lost my voice. I was like, stay the fuck away. She was like, well, that's what I'm doing. Udin for New Year's was nice if it was 200, not 400, says DJ. Yes, Pradeep, I still rate MXXX, MXXX. If he wants it for retail, I know some places that still have it in stock. You live in a house of horror. Rich lives in the Adams family's mansion. Rich's flatmate with Herman Munster. The Munsters, yes, that's right. I have Eddie Munster Windows Peak, says Fosco. Rich convinced me to get Girl on Kiedarusi and Ramsey Chanel Kiedarusi. Then I will see the difference. Frankly, the Girl on's better. And I've got a really good version of the Kiedarusi. Marilyn scares away another suitor when Herman answers the door. Dusan get Drees if you get it for 200. Try some WD-40 on that door. Yes, I am simply lazy. I should really do that. I had a lot of Arige unicorns, didn't like them and sold them, says DJ. Oh yeah, I bet you wish you still had them, so you could sell them now instead. Sorry for coughing in your ears. Long live WD spray, says Dusan. Yeah, it's one of the great inventions, isn't it? Duncan says, I love the scent of WD-40. I can't pick out the notes, though. It's well blended. That's right. It is. It's whale oil, isn't it? That's what it's oil from whales. That's what the W stands for. Am I right? I was told it was from, like, what does the W stand for in WD-40? Let's Google it. WD-40 stand for water displacement formula. It's the 40th formula. It took them 40 attempts to get their water displacing formula to work, but on the 40th attempt, they got it right in a big way. WD-40 multi-use product was born. WD-40 stands for water displacement 40th formula. That's the name straight out of the lab book used by the chemist who developed the product. Outrageous. The product made its first appearance on the store shelves in San Diego in 1958. Convair, an aerospace contractor, first used WD-40 multi-use product to protect the outer skin of the Atlas missile from rust and corrosion. I knew a bloke who used to he used to sell cars as like a side hustle, right? He would just buy and sell cars, right? And do you know what he used to do? He used to just open the engine bay and just cover the fucking thing in WD-40. Just cover it. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, people are going to smell it, man. People are going to nah. Like, it's just full of bollocks. Rich, if there's one Richie, if one day there's no internet or YouTube anymore, please go register at your closest local radio station so we can still have live streams. Cheers, aroma from heaven. I hope you are enjoying the live stream. I had them recently, Mitch, bought into the hype, and I found them most mediocre at best, with a few good ones, but not good enough for the crazy asking price. Yes, I feel the same. I've got that. I think that's the next sample set I'm going to do. I was going to run a poll, but I think I'm going to do the Arige one next. I like the Amber Cocoa one. That's nice, but fucking just the prices they're asking for are obscene. They're not good enough for the prices they're asking for. I don't give a fuck about your materials. Much better perfumes with much worse materials out there. I really do appreciate that. Like, he's using great oud, and maybe I'm not into oud, so my opinion probably isn't as informed or as important or as fucking. Don't put as much weight behind it if you're into that sort of thing. Try them by all means, but I found that not worth the money. Not remotely. Brother, famous YouTuber, no need. WD-40 Vaseline does the job just fine, maybe even better. DJ says, I need to buy from Illusion Future, but not sure what I'd want. Just look through the website. Dusan says there was a lot of reformulation with WD spray. Yes, there was. Proudeep says, what happened with the Pope Robes brand? I don't know. I'll try some on skin. I don't know that I want any of them, though. I don't know. The next ones coming in are the 80s de Venustus in the new bottles. The guy said to me in the email that the formula hasn't changed for Iris Nazarena. We will see. We will see. If it hasn't, then I'll buy it because it's fucking beautiful. It really is. JJ says, not many people know Wilkinson used to be a sword-making brand. Well, I mean, that is literally the name of the company, Wilkinson Sword. You know? Brother Anu says, aroma from heaven, I'm doing great. Hope you're doing fantastic as well. Great to hear from you. DJ Wilkinson is in a search for vintage sword. Henjo Masamune. Nowadays, scalpers buy off of releases anyway. Yeah. Brother Doosan, I can't wait to get back to Canada so I can visit Brother Renuja's shop. Trust me, it's the best place on earth to be at, says Aroma from heaven. That's true, Pradeep. Why I don't mess with the brand also, if I love one and blow through it, I can't find it again. Yeah. DJ says, Mitch, you should sample Angelos Creations Olfactives. Have a look on Fragrantica. Angelos. Sounds Greek. What we got? Angelos. Tabac Libre. Oh, Angelos Balami. Is this person a self-taught perfumer? Is he one of those? Good Lord. He's got 13. He only set up in 2018. Eloud. Outrageous. I quite like that name. The Rascal. Let's see if he's got a sample set. What's his game? Angelos. The fuck was his name again? Right, Angelos. Let's see what you've got for us, mate. Angelos Creations. Olfactif. There he is. Update November the 13th. I am restocking today both Tabac Libre and Herida at 5 p.m. It will normally take around 4 to 6 working days to prepare, handle, and ship your orders. Free registered mail shipping worldwide on all orders over €250 and free DHL shipping only for EU for orders over $350. Take care and God bless. Well, thanks. Catalogue. Collections. Official points of sale. Let's go to catalogue. Where's your sample set? Ooh. Right, so there's so you can get all of his creations for €100, but it's sold out. All 14. So you're talking the fucking best part of a tenner for each one. And I've got to pay the shipping. He's not fucking about, is he? Sorry. I can't tell you how thirsty I am. It's fucking ridiculous. Aroma from Heaven. Mitch, you should sample Angelos creation. What's so good about them, DJ? Should be back in stock soon if I remember correctly, says DJ. Are they so Los Angeles is the main city in Greece, says Dusan. Should be back in soon, that's just bad. 509 fragrances, spent 8 months learning to perfume. He has a pour homme and pour femme. First perfumer from Louisville, Kentucky. What are you talking about, Duncan? Who's that? Goodness me. Hyper production, says Dusan. Neela Vermeer is one I would like to try, but the pricing is bonkers. There, Bri, checking in with the mandem. How you doing, Bri? Scent of the day is Timbuktu. I tried some Neelas, says DJ. Yo, Bri, says Anuj. So what's so good about them, DJ? Like, 509 as a review, a nice young kid. Ah, right, sorry. 509 fragrances. Got you. Got you. Hold on a second. 509 fragrances. Is he on YouTube? Maximilian Hughes there it comes up with first. Doesn't look like he is on YouTube, mate. Cuban Nose done a video of 5 sexy fragrances for fat dudes. I might have to watch that. For I am thick. Bravo, Bri, says Dusan. Oh. Dry throat. Dry mouth. Why dry? What's happening? Did you get your parcel off me? Not a parcel. Did you get your samples off me that I sent you? Oh dear. Lol, let me look up the Louisville area code. I might be wrong. Says Duncan, oh dear. Pradeep, I want to buy some Neela Vermeer creations. I would buy from that Angelos character, but I mean, 100 quid for a fucking sample set. I mean, Dusita wasn't even that expensive. A Rige wasn't even that expensive, you know? It's not cheap. Anyway, I'm going to go, friends. 30 viewers, 30 likes. Thank you all for joining me tonight for this stream. I might put out a video tomorrow trying some Parfum d'Empire on skin. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see how I feel. But yes, thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for liking, for commenting, and joining in. Good night.